Hi, I'm Lisa from the Dog Play Centre based out in West Calder. So we found ourselves, we're all in lockdown and a lot of people are having issues with their dogs. So myself and Claire Russell, who is my partner in the Dog Learning Centre, which is the educational side of our business, we are trying to help as many people as we can who are struggling with their dogs during lockdown. One of the things that we come up against a lot is diet. So I have to say I am not a nutritional expert, and if you are to make any dietary changes to your dog's current diet, you have to think about you may need to speak to your vet. What I wanted to do though was inform you all of a website that we use a lot. We find one of the first questions we ask when we have behaviour cases is, what food is your dog on? So there's a variety out there in the world, a plethora of information about dog diet as well. And sometimes the information is just too much and people will go for what's easiest. Obviously, a lot of people will not be working at the moment, so diet changes might be occurring with dogs, and this is where we're finding some behaviour issues are coming in. So I wanted to tell you about a website, and that is www.allaboutdogfood.co.uk. You can go onto this website, you can input your dog's details, age, breed, weight, and what it'll do is bring up a list of diet choices that you can go through. So you can do kibble, which is dry food, you can do wet food, which is meat, or you can do raw food. So there's a whole hoard of information on this website. What it does tell you is it'll give you a price comparison, but also nutritional content comparison. That's really important. Some people will just pick up food for their dog whilst they're going through the supermarket, and that's fine. One of my favourite sayings is, you don't know what you don't know. I would urge you to go onto this website and have a little look. You might be pleasantly surprised. One thing that is not a rule in this industry is price does not guarantee the dearer the food, the better quality. It's a fallacy, that's not the truth. There are two leading supermarkets in the UK who, all supermarkets sell their own branded pet food, but two of those in the UK have a 3% nutritional content rating. Now that's out of 100. So basically that means, the dog's getting no nutrition, no goodness from the food that they're eating. When you think about your dog's food, you want to be thinking about, how often is my dog pooing? If your dog's pooing excessively on a daily basis, it means they're not maintaining any nutrition or enough nutritional content. Obviously, we need nutrition for our bodies to keep going, and dogs are the exact same. So if your dog poos a lot, it's a little bit of a warning sign. While we're on the subject of poo, if 0 is soup and 10 is a good old firm poo, where does your dog sit in that scale? If it's too runny, again, it's not a good sign. You are looking for a good firm poo. Food helps with that. And like I said, it affects behaviour massively when it comes to diet. So I would urge you to go on and have a look at this website, input your dog's details, and just see what variety is out there. You can go to Pets at Home. They have a fantastic range and they are well honed on nutrition advice. The staff are trained to quite a high level to know about what food that they're talking about. However, they can't tell you the nutritional content of the food that they're selling. Basically, the rule of thumb with food is, if you turn your dog's food over and you can't pick up the ingredients from a shelf, or you can't go and Google it, then you have to question what's in dog food. It's not a highly regulated industry, so therefore, we can be taken in by fancy packaging and whatnot. I have to say that I am not a canine nutrition expert. I have experience in my personal capacity as a dog owner, and as in my professional capacity, I do some research, but I have no qualifications in that field. But it is something that, in my experience, I've seen evidence of. A good food change sees changes in a dog's behaviour. What people are obviously faced with just now is a lack of funds and money, and I do want to stress that just because you're paying a lot of money for a food, it doesn't mean that it's a good quality food. And often you have to wonder, where do you get your food from? Certain companies are pushed by other companies, so this the way Claire and I run this business is that we try and urge our clients to be independent learners and to go and find out for themselves. So I suggest that you go and have a wee look at that food website if you can, just for information's sake. Like I said, it'll give you a price comparison, but a nutritional content as well. And these things are really important. If you're on a specialist diet, if your dog's got a sensitive stomach, do your research, speak to your vet, don't make any sudden changes. Any changes you do make have to be made over a 7-day period, and they start with an introduction of a small amount of the new food into a large amount of the old food, and then you would decrease the old food and increase the new food. I'm not suggesting anybody goes out and makes these changes, but please go and find out for yourself. Is your dog on one of the supermarket foods where the nutritional content is 3%? Obviously, if we eat bad, we feel bad, and so therefore dogs are the same, but they can't tell us. Dogs are like humans in the same respect that we like junk food, they like junk food too. And we do have to listen to our dogs. Our dogs are always communicating with us, and if your dog's not eating their food, then why? There's normally a reason behind it. And if you feed your dog, or someone in the household feeds your dog lots of tidbits, well, then you'll know why. They will hang out for something tastier. Of course they will, because dogs are very much at times like children. But I would ask that you just go and check this out. Just go and find out for yourself. What food are you feeding right now? What's the nutritional content? And is there possibly a better food out there for your dog? A cheaper food? You can get food deliveries from Amazon, wherever. So if a food's difficult to come by, you can get them delivered. You can set up subscriptions. It's just something that I would urge you all to look at, just to make sure that, I would like to think we all want to do the best for our dogs. So are we in fact doing the best for our dogs? It makes a massive difference. So go and check it out. It's www.allaboutdogfood.co.uk.